Hi, Michelle here, and I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about how I became an atheist and my path to atheism. I was actually born into a family that was pretty Catholic, and I was baptized Catholic, and my parents were pretty religious, but they grew up with so much religion that they kind of stopped going to church, so I never really went to church with my family, but I'd still go to church with a lot of my friends and their families. And actually it was when I was 13 when I was actually sitting in church with one of my friends, and the pastor was talking about this elaborate story of Jesus and gifts and going into great detail, and I remember thinking, how can he possibly know so much about a story that was 2,000 years ago? It just felt like he knew the story too well. And so then I started thinking about the Bible and Christianity and how it just didn't make sense to me. There was a lot of inconsistencies. And so then I started talking to some of my other friends. I had a friend who was Buddhist, and so I talked to him about his religion, and I'd kind of learn more about it, and I kind of then started to reject the idea of religion. And not only as I grew older did I reject the idea of religion, I started thinking about the concept of a higher, more intelligent power, and how that just didn't seem logical to me. It kind of didn't make sense, and then I would continue to do research on it and find out more ideas, and it just wasn't logical to me. And I did actually have some friends in high school that were also atheists as well, and so I'd have lots of conversations with them. In high school, I kind of went through a big phase of where I talked to both, my religious friends and then also my atheist friends, and I would kind of take ideas from both sides and I'd have discussions about it. And so it was actually pretty rewarding that I had a lot of friends that I could have these meaningful conversations about, and I could learn more about it. I had a few different turning points in my path to atheism. One of them was when I was taking a class on Greek mythology in high school, and I remember learning about it, and I remember thinking, well, back then this was the religion that everybody believed in, but it seems so silly to us now, and like that's what Christianity is going to be in a couple hundred years. Religion goes through phases, and so it just doesn't really make sense to me that this is what everybody believes now and that this is the dominant thought. Another turning point for me was when I was in college and I took philosophy classes, and I learned about the different problems with the existence of God and the arguments both for and against it that were very logical, and they made a lot of sense to me. So I've been an atheist for about 10 years now, and it's just kind of always been my main thought of thinking, and I can't imagine really thinking anything else, but I love to hear about other people's religions and why they believe what they believe, because I think that everybody has different life experiences, and they're just different in general, and so I think that it's interesting to know why people are the way they are, and if they had any major life-changing events like a death or something like that that maybe, swayed them one way or the other. And so I'm interested to hear about your different stories and your path to either atheism or whatever religion you are, Christianity, Buddhist, Judaism. I'd love to hear about it, and maybe if there's any major events in your life that turned it, and so that's why you think the way you do. I wanted to say that I got a lot of great feedback from the first video as a response to Lacey, and I had like less than 24 hours to make it. I'm not a super technological person, so I would really like to make more videos when I get a chance to go in further detail and really take the time and thought to put into them. I'm kind of busy right now, but when I get a chance I will do that right away. So thank you.